Hey, I know you think you the one, homie. But can't nobody escape gravity. It's going down.
And welcome to the first episode of the Gravitational Cast. Something like that, we'll work out the title here, but this is the first one of the Caster series that we will be doing here today. This is going to be Battleniks versus Voodoo. This is a Plat League match, but send in your replays if you would like to have me cast them, and we will get them on here and on YouTube. Make sure, if you haven't, to hit the little subscribe button so you can see all the coolness that will happen, as well as you can watch on Twitch Live. So, without further ado, let's get into it here, and let's see what we have going on. Right. Make sure music is on. Bada bing, bada boom. Server out. There we go. Okay. In the top right hand position, in the red, it is Voodoo. And in the bottom left, in the blue, he is the Terran player. It is Battleniks, representing the Risen community. Alrighty, so TVT should be a good one. I know this one's a little bit longer, but overall should still be pretty good. Both players still kind of seeing what they're going to go for here. Obviously, Battleniks appears to have the quicker stuff down here, so overall not too bad. It is kind of interesting though, Voodoo actually opening up without gas. This is something that we normally don't see. Normally Terrans are open up gasless, or normally they open up gassed first, I should say, and then they go into, you know, their barracks, into, you know, factory and all that. So it will be very interesting to see what these players will do. Now, I've been told that this isn't the newest patch, but it was from the previous one, so shouldn't be too big of an issue, but we will see for sure as this goes on, especially since it's like the same race. Shouldn't matter too much. Alright, so gonna have a bunker coming down here from Voodoo. We're gonna try to make sure, while behind Battleniks, gonna go for the expansion and looking to, you know, get his economy going, be able to, you know, build more units, be able to do stuff. And behind this, Voodoo does go for the command center. So Voodoo overall tried to push out a little bit more tech, but I think with him going so late on the refinery, might put him behind just a little bit. Now, it's not going to be too much, but it delays stuff, right? So where Battleniks, he can have already, you know, his factory almost done, Voodoo just doesn't have the gas, so he's only going to be on that tier 1 tech. So if Battleniks was supposed to go for, you know, some kind of tank timing, or even try to do some drops, there's not going to be a whole lot of, like, you know, anti-air or nothing besides just those Marines coming in. So overall not too bad. And already we have a supply block from Voodoo trying to go for that really quick command center. So Voodoo does come across with this first Marine. Actually gets the cancel there on the bunker. Gonna force this SCV back up, but thankfully Battleniks able to have that expansion up, so all he's got to do is kind of push these away with these couple of Marines. He'll be fine. But the Marine there doing a lot more damage than what it should have. Behind this, going for a quick 3cc here from Voodoo. Very interesting, and with an eBay behind this, this definitely can be interesting. Gonna have the starport come down here and finish up for Battleniks. Looks like he's gonna go into Liberator, Marine, maybe Cyclone behind this. We'll have to see. Oh, I guess he decides to cancel the extra CC there. Interesting. I mean, I don't blame him. Opening up 3cc is like very, very risky in TVT. So we will see what they do. Both players, just kind of macroing up, trying to get what they want going on. We do have the first Liberator here for Battlonix getting ready to pop out. And should be pretty good. I'm wondering if he's going to try to switch these out or... Okay, no, he's just going to move that back. So I'm wondering if he's going to try to go Banshee in this, but he does not. Starport just now kind of starting up here for Voodoo. Going to be able to actually finally get some kind of later attack, and with that a Cyclone as well. So this attack though from Battlonix can definitely do some damage here. Waiting for the Marines to kind of pop up, and he's going to come in, and really right now all he has is those 4 Marines, right? He's got 4 Marines and a Cyclone that just popped out, so he's going to try to come over here. But Voodoo, he's covered in turrets right now. He doesn't really have to worry too much about these little engagements. But ooh, Battlonix just able to find just the smallest little spot here, and it's going to be able to... Oh, come on, you could have taken it out. We would have just left it there. He would have been fine, actually. And going to force Battlonix back. Not wanting to overextend, which is really good. Behind this, he's just, getting his minerals and stuff set up. Floating a little bit there, but that's alright. He's a plat 1. He's just trying to get it up and going. Third base going to come down for Battlonix as well. And Voodoo going into mech, it looks like. I like this barracks placement. This is something you don't see a whole lot anymore. And I'm wondering if he's going to continue with this, just like going down. It was kind of a style back in like Heart of the Swarm. I would see a lot of Terrans do that. They would just kind of put them all together to again, like lower them down. Liberator's going to come back in here. Sees the 3rd CC there. And going to try to stop it there with his Liberator. Oh, just barely gets it. Alrighty, Viking does come in. Going to be able to take that out as well as with the help of that missile turret. So overall, very well done there. Alright, so I like the setup from Battlonix. Overall, he's in a really good position. His army is very superior there to Voodoo. He's got his 3rd base up. And overall, I like his position. Obviously, now Voodoo going into mech. He's gotten those extra factories. And as this goes on, this gets scarier and scarier. But right now, all he's really making is tanks. So he doesn't have a whole lot of anti-air besides the Viking and the Cyclone. If he can come in with some, good drops, or even just if he could get some, maybe some Banshees or something, he could do really good. Just kind of have some cover fire with the Marines. But it looks like he's going to build up to the Marines, the Liberators, and the tanks. Overall, this is a really good build, I feel. And just adding on more and more. He doesn't have really the income for it. But as he, builds and expands, it's really going to help him out in the long run to really be able to rebuild his army here. So overall, I do like it. But right now, he's sacrificing his army to get more more production. Looks like the missile turret will finish up here at the 3rd. It's going to take out one of these Liberators. Tank's going to come over, and with the Marines, focus down the turret. There we go. Fortunately, his Liberators do fall. But overall, looks pretty well good. Does have a couple siege tanks, and he has a Thor now, so this Thor is really going to help out. And with these Widow Mines, that's going to be so annoying to have to deal with. Battlonix, though, doing a fairly good job here. He's not, floating. Well, he is floating, but, he's not overextending. He was able to deny that 3rd, which really kind of helps pull him ahead in this at the moment. Voodoo, though, is starting to catch up. Actually, just not surpassed in army count. Both players, one going mech, one going into bio. Definitely going to see different styles. Going to see Voodoo really start rising in the supply there, just because those mech units are a little bit more heavier. Oh, if he can catch these tanks out of siege mode, this could be a big pickup for him. Tanks are in siege mode here for Battle Nyx. He's going to stem forward and try to get himself a couple of tanks here. He's got to be careful, though. These Widow Mines, though. Oh, so close. Voodoo going to fall back to his natural. Try to fall under cover there of his additional tanks. And so far, I like this for Battle Nyx. He's going to put pressure here onto Voodoo. Make sure that he doesn't actually lose too much. But still, overall, very nicely done. Try to get in here. Ooh, I don't like this. Okay. So he does see now that there are those... Ooh, that's good. He's able to get the Viking, but he does see that these tanks are here. And now with this Viking, oh my goodness, I cannot talk. Gonna just try to bait some of this in there. If he can get this, if he can get the Thor, man, that is gonna be huge. Both players just kind of waiting back at the moment. Gonna have a couple more Liberators coming across, as well as a couple more Vikings here for Battle Nyx. Oh no, just gotta be careful. Picks up. Just gonna start moving towards the other side. Try to get a deny here on to his opponent's base, or his third, anyways. Or I guess technically that's his fourth now. So Marine's gonna come across and gonna try to snipe this down with the Vikings. And just barely. It's gonna catch on fire. And ooh, even with the tanks, he should be able to get this. Yes, he's able to get it. Gonna put his opponent back down onto 3 bases. Both players are really, really kind of floating here. A couple Liberators gonna siege up, try to get taken care of here. And already Voodoo in a really good position with these, able to kind of clear out that 3rd base, but still Voodoo is up against the ropes. This is gonna be pretty hectic, but he sees, or he doesn't see this yet, but looks like Voodoo's going to try to make his way across with what he has. Oh, man. I don't know if he gets... If he sees... Okay, he sees us now. He should be able to stem forward and be able to shut this down. This is huge. Going to do a little bit of a surround here with this bio units. And it looks like these Thors will go down. Thor is no longer here. A couple Cyclones are going to come up here. There's not really anything to defend. We do have a couple of Marines that just popped and be able to push that back, and with these Liberators, he might be okay here. But these Cyclones going to be out of range. Oh. Craziness. Going to force the Terran player back here. Battle Nyx going to have to come back, try to defend, take care of these couple of Cyclones before they cause too much damage, and able to pick those up. Now Battle Nyx in a very good position. His opponent trying to research, trying to upgrade to +2. Overall should be good. Now he's building more tanks. He's supply blocked here, Voodoo is, and really that's hurting him in these engagements. Like, he's got the production, he's got the money to really kind of build up, but he's stopping himself with these supply blocks. He's at 109. He hasn't really been building anything other than just CCs. And so he's really just hurting himself in supply. I feel like if he would have gotten some more, he may have been in a better, not necessarily ahead or anything, but he probably would have been in a little bit better position. But fortunately, this army just isn't as strong as what it could be. Nice kind of... there we go. Nice scan. Going to be able to pick up those mines and be able to take out this tank. Oh, just barely. Unable to. So, gonna start edging forward. And now he's really got his opponent up against the ropes. He sees exactly what his opponent's doing. He says, okay, you're coming in, you're trying to zone me out. He has a pretty good spread, though, overall. He's not really able to really compress too much. Now, if he were able to drop in the side here, that would be huge. He would be able to shut down that production and really kind of force his Terran player, his opponents, out of the way. So These tanks, though, just barely in range. Going to be able to pick these up. Going to be able to get the Cyclones, get the Hellions. And that is nice, but he's got to be careful. He doesn't just overextend and get himself in trouble with his own tank fire. So, going to come up with the Vikings. Really just try to section any kind of anti-air as well as provide high ground and vision. So, Raven is going to be out and going to start actually doing armor defense on these tanks. On the Vikings, oh, really going to weaken this army just barely. Got a lot of Hellions, a couple of tanks, and not a whole lot else after that. We do have some Banshees, and we have Zethors coming across as well. So he is trying to build up more Battleniks. Obviously, he's floating a lot. Going to have a nice little Cyclone run by here on this 4th base, and going to stop this 4th base from going. He's going to come in here, though. Battleniks is with these Marines. They are just so good right now, so much in numbers. Tanks coming across. Going to get that as well, that nice 3rd expansion, and going to pull back. I like that. He's lost quite a bit, but overall he's doing a really good job right now. Cyclones are going to come across, try to get out this 3rd as well. Going to force the lift off. Going to take out a good chunk of those SCVs, and already looking crazy. Going to force Battleniks back. Now he has enough minerals. He has enough gas to, if he does lose something, he can just rebuild it. There's no issues. I almost feel like he needs to build more barracks. He needs to be building more factories, more starports, and really just start pumping out that production. He has like I said, he has the income. He has, everything he needs to do that. So shouldn't be an issue. Gonna have a little bit of a move out though from Voodoo. He's gonna come across and gonna come with the Thors with the Hellions. Try to get something done, but there's just so much of a force here from Battleniks. This is gonna be really hard for him to do. And as I say that, more barracks being added on here, another expansion coming down, and he is really going to start ramping up this production. That's going to help him so much in these engagements where he can lose, some of those Marines and, try to gain some advantage. Ooh, I like this. Hellions going to come in, going to take out all of these SCVs and stop production for a little bit at least. A couple of Thors going to come across as well. I'm going to start work here on this army, but I think there might be just too much of an army here from Battleniks to really contend with this. He will get a couple of good kills though, so overall not terrible. But we'll get picked up here with these Vikings and with the Marines there, so overall very well done. He will send some more SCVs over, which I really like, and try to finish these up. And I think that's really what he needs. Like, if he can get this production up, he's already ahead economically. He's ahead, overall. And he has, the resources to rebuild his army. Whereas Voodoo, he's just now taken another 4th. And his 3rd's up and running now. Ooh, nice Widowmine hit there. And coupled with the Thors, very nice Stunlin. I like this. Battleniks actually just going to keep those Vikings there on the ground, not lifting them up. And here we do the Siege Tank Wars. Oh my god, he barely just sees that there are those tanks there. And he is in range, man. Just going to be able to take that out with no issues. He's got to be careful though, right? He's still got a couple of siege tanks here. And those can be very deadly to have to deal with. His tanks are going to come and move a little bit closer. And now he is just in perfect range here. Just barely, man. Just barely on the edge there. He's going to have some more Cyclones come across, though. Going to get on top of this 3rd and shut this down once more. Voodoo, even though he's up against the ropes, he is not out of this yet. Forcing the pickup there and trying to get every single SCV, every little thing that he can. Actually making Voodoo actually be ahead right now as far as income-wise, having the more workers there. Really just being disastrously here. And, oh man, this is so good. He's actually getting the reinforcements as well, so really just trying to make sure he doesn't pull off too well. But it looks like he might actually lose these with this army coming back to defend. And every time he does this, every time he forces Battleniks back, that gives him just a little bit more to, build up another base here. And he has hidden expansion. It hasn't been scouted, so if he can get that up and going, Voodoo may come back and win this. This is so good. Alright, so it looks like Battle.Nyx is going to come in here with his tanks. Cyclone's still doing very good damage, but it won't be enough here, I don't think. Marines in that amount of force against Cyclones just do so well. And take out that third base and really do some damage here. This tank's really being kind of the MVPs of at least holding this army back for the time being with that high ground advantage. And the one tank actually having 17 damage. This Cyclone, though, again, just shutting down this third base. Try to make sure that he doesn't lose too much here. And with this Banshee, too, able to get some good damage. He actually gets... Yeah, I didn't see it. I think he had like 6 or 8 kills there with that Banshee. And really just trying to get onto the economy, trying to force Battle.Nyx to come back and defend. Give him a chance, like I said, to really kind of expand out. But it seems like every time he gets a few bases going, he ends up getting put down. So now Battle.Nyx was going to come over here and try to do some drop-in. Sees these SCVs by chance, and now he is going to discover, oh, you sneaky sneaker, you have got yourself a command center here at the bottom. And he's going to pick that up and get that taken care of. And now Voodoo, unfortunately, back on 2 bases now. He's building up. I think he's got a couple of oh no, he's just got 1. I think he's had a couple of Ravens, and if he could get some good damage, maybe. But these Cyclone run-bys, though, are doing a really good job. Like I said, it's forcing Battle.Nyx back, and even with these Hellions now, this is going to be really nice. He does get that third base, and he's going to start getting some more of this. But looks like Battle.Nyx has had enough. Oh, he's got to be careful, though, that those tanks just in such good positions and getting a lot of good kills here with these Hellions. Going to force the tank to siege up. Will it be enough here? Hellions just barely out of range. Looks like it will finally get picked up there, but just decimates the income line. And now Voodoo in a pretty okay spot. I mean, he has the worker lead and, you know, the upgrade lead overall, but his army count is just so low compared to Battle.Nyx's. Battle.Nyx has that kind of backing, but it's only going to last him so much now. He's going to stem across, going to try to take out these Cyclones. Siege tanks galore, though, man. They are what damage dealing is all about. He's got to be careful, though. A lot of this army is just getting sieged up and just getting taken out. This is just huge. Voodoo, if he, like, I guess, turtles up for a while and is able to really kind of, you know, clean this up, he might be pretty good here. Sees what his opponent has, but is he going to try to drop on this? I don't know if I agree with this. He's going to come in here. The missile turret's going to take out a good couple of these and really kind of limiting this army, but is he going to have enough here? No. And like that, Voodoo's in a pretty good spot right now. I'm going to try to drop on this. Now, what is helping out is these tanks aren't actually, you know, sieging and firing onto their own units. So even though he is getting his whole army wiped out, he is still helping lower that tank out. But now, you know, Battle.Nyx, he's on 3 bases. He's got the production, and like I said, he's got enough minerals to really fall back on. So already we see, you know, 12 Marines. He's rebuilding this army. He can sit back now, not have to worry about too much. Whereas Voodoo doesn't really have a whole lot. I mean, he has like 55 minerals income right now. He's trying to get more, but that's just not going to be, you know, enough here. It's not going up to about 100. So yeah, overall, he's not able to really resupply his army here. So every kill, every piece of damage is, you know, some really good. Actually, losing a lot of those Vikings is kind of bad right now for Battle.Nyx. He's trying to get, you know, more, trying to get some more SCVs and stuff. So overall, I think he might be able to come back, but that's just terrible. I'm gonna have another Cyclone run by with a couple of Hellbats though at the bottom. Gonna try to wipe out this this income. I think this is really the only income he has right now. Everywhere else is mined out, and so if he can stop the income here, he might have a better chance. But still, Battle.Nyx has a lot to come back on. And Voodoo, every time he tries to throw himself out to expand, to get some more income, he gets shut down here. And I like this. These Cyclones doing some okay damage. Not going to really get too much done. Does force the pool there, and these Hellions will get taken on as well. So, like I said, every time he does these and he's not getting the results, this is hurting Voodoo so bad. He does not have the income from this. This is just crazy. I mean, maybe if he could get enough to build like up here or something, he might be okay. But oh, this could be huge. Okay, let's say if he could get on top of those tanks, he'd be able to just wipe this out. I think Voodoo is on the edge right now. Gonna have another drop coming in here from Battle.Nyx. Could this be the final blow? All there really is a couple of tanks and those missile turrets. The missile turrets really being the ones that have been doing all of the damage here. Those Medvacs still haven't fully escaped all of their units, and man, these tanks really doing a good job here. Gonna pick up a couple of them, but gonna get on top of the tanks, and that should be able to get it. That should be GG. Comes in, sees, okay, you don't really have anything coming. If I can get, you know, supply down. Voodoo, one worker, and a Thor, and that is going to be GG. Battle.Nyx going to take the series. So, that is a good one. Like I said, guys, if you want to see your replay casted, make sure you do send it my way at gravity620@yahoo.com, and we will get you casted and put you on here. And without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do subscribe and all of that, and we will see you guys in the next video. And thank you so much. Remember, when gravity hits, it all comes down. All right, GG. Hey, Classic. It was Platt versus